if we want to know about what is the exact source of energy, what we should know that sun, okay, solar energy, or we can say sun is the biggest, ultimate and natural source of energy on earth. Except sun, nothing is there which is the natural source of energy. Means whatever energy we are getting from nutrients, whatever energy plants are getting, whatever energies carnivores, herbivores, scavengers, decomposers are getting, that is ultimately coming from sun. Okay, so sun is the biggest and natural source of energy on earth. Okay, so this is the ultimate energy source. Now what happens exactly, whatever food is, whatever sun energy is there, that is used up by autotrophs. Okay, the energy of sun is trapped by autotrophs. Okay, now I think you know what is autotroph, what are autotrophs. An organism which is having the capability to manufacture their own food, right? Like for example plants are having the capability to manufacture their own food, to synthesize their own food, right? So they are known as autotrophs, means they can prepare their own food, right? So they are autotrophs. So what they are doing exactly, they are trapping sunlight, they are trapping solar energy. When sunlight is trapped by the plant absorbs that energy, and through the process of photosynthesis they are making their own food. Okay, why it is doing, why plants are doing like that? Because chloroplast which is present in plant, that is having the capability to trap solar energy. Okay, so by the process of photosynthesis, see, by the process of photosynthesis what happens, whatever light energy is coming, whatever solar energy is coming, along with the carbon dioxide which is present in air and water from the soil, plant is taking it. Okay, and they are manufacturing their own food, and in that way they are getting their food. Okay, so by the process of photosynthesis what happens, autotrophs are making their own food. Now these autotrophs are known as producers. Okay, why they are known as producer? Because they are producing their own food, that's why they are known as producers. Okay, so look at this flow chart that I have drawn. Sunlight is there. Okay, that sun energy is taken up by the producer means plants. Okay, that sunlight is taken up by the plants, and why they are known as producer? Because they are having the capability to produce their food, to manufacture their food. So these are producers. Okay, now whatever producers are there, that is eaten up by carnivores. Okay, now carnivores means, now see whether it is eaten up by carnivores. No, whatever plants are there, they are eaten up by consumers. Now if I will say consumer, obviously question arises, consumer means what? See, those animals which are eaten on plants, only on plants, they are known as herbivores. We all know the animals which are eating only plants are known as herbivores. Like for example herbivorous animal or herbivores, for example deer, rabbit, cow, buffalo, goat, these are all what? These are all herbivorous animals, these are all herbivores. Okay, so they are coming under consumer. If we want to say consumer means those who are consuming food, they are not having capability to manufacture their own food like plant, so they are consumers. And rather than consumer, we also know that there is another thing, another on the basis of mode of nutrition, there are mode of nutrition are of two types, autotrophs, heterotrophs, right? So they are heterotrophs means they are not having capability to manufacture their own food, right? But plants are autotrophs because they are having the capability to manufacture their own food. So we can say consumers are heterotrophs. Now question arises, I am saying they are herbivores. Why herbivores? Because they are eating on plant. So on the basis of what food they are eating, these consumers are of three types. Okay, so organism, they are getting energy from plant, they can get energy from by eating animals, they can get energy by eating on dead animals, right? So on the basis of food that they are eating, that organism is eating, the consumers are of three types: herbivores, carnivores and scavengers and decomposers. Okay, so herbivores means they are consumer, they are all coming under consumer because they are consuming food, they are all heterotrophs, they are consuming food. Okay, herbivores means they are eating on plants. Okay, so if we want to define herbivores or herbivorous animal, what are herbivores? Organism that eats on plant are known as herbivores. Like plants, What happens with plants? Plants are manufacturing their own food by trapping energy. Now whatever solar energy is there is transferred now in the plant, and that plant is stored their food in the form of chemical energy. Okay, now see, we all know, we have all studied that energy conservation of energy, law of conservation of energy. You have studied that energy is neither created nor destroyed, only transfer from one form of energy to another form of energy. Okay, by this, why I have explained this, why I am telling this, because see, solar energy is trapped by the plant. Okay, but what do you think, whether only solar energy is present in that plant? No, solar energy is now transferred into chemical energy, and that chemical energy is stored in plant. Okay, now see, plants are autotrophs, so they are producers, they are primary producers, they are producing food, so they are producers. Okay, now these plants are eaten up by herbivores, they are consumers, right? Herbivores means those animals or those organisms which eats on plants, right? So they are herbivores. For example, cows, caterpillars, buffalo, deer, these are all herbivores. Okay, rabbit, these are all herbivores. Now see, look at this, sunlight is there, by trapping this, producer is there, then this is eaten up by what? Consumer 1, that is first consumer, herbivores. Okay, clear? So these are known as primary consumer. Okay, herbivores are known as primary consumer because this is the first level of consumer, so it is known as primary consumer. Now these herbivores are eaten up by carnivores means what? Organism that eats on meat, eats on primary consumer, are known as carnivores. Okay, for example, tiger, snakes, lion, wolves, these are all what? These are all carnivores because they are eating on meats of the animals. Okay, so look at this diagram, sunlight, it has been trapped by producer, that is plant, then it is taken up by the rabbit or cow or buffalo, and that is primary consumer. Now this animal, that herbivores, are eaten up by snake. Okay, that is carnivores, or it is eaten up by tiger or lion. These are all carnivores, that means they are eating on animals, herbivores, right? These are secondary consumer. So primary consumers are what? Primary consumers are rabbits, matlab herbivores are primary consumer. Now carnivores are what? Carnivores are secondary consumer. Okay, now top carnivores means tertiary consumer means those organism or those animals which eats on secondary consumers. Okay, those which eats on secondary consumers are known as top level carnivores, or we can say tertiary consumers. Okay, see, snake is eaten up by eagle, snake is eaten up by vulture. Okay, so these are all what? These are known as top carnivores, or we can say tertiary consumer, right? So I think this is clear. By taking sunlight, by taking solar energy, plant is manufacturing their food and they are trapping that energy in the form of chemical energy. Okay, now that plant is eaten up by the herbivores. Okay, so chemical energy gets transferred to herbivores. Now that herbivores are eaten up by primary primary carnivores, or we can say secondary consumer. Okay, so it is snake or eagle, snake or lion, tiger, like that, and that secondary consumers are eaten up by the tertiary consumer like eagle, vulture and all. Okay, so see, chemical energy is getting transferred in each and every organism. First it is transferred to plant, then plant to primary consumer, then secondary consumer, then tertiary consumer, like that energy is getting transferred. Okay, now after that, omnivores are also there. Omnivores are means like we human beings, we eats on plants as well as on animals. Okay, so omnivores are also there that eats on plants and animals, rather than that bears are also there that eats on plants and animals. So this is also a thing. Now whatever tertiary consumer is having, like eagle, vulture, they are all eaten up by the detritivore or decomposer. Okay, detritivore or decomposer means they are just eating on tertiary consumer. Now what's the difference between detritivore and decomposers? Decomposers you must have heard, but detritivore is a new word for you. Actually what happens, detritivores are the animals which feed on the remains of dead plants and animals. Whatever dead matter is there, it feeds on that. Okay, and what are decomposers? Whatever dead animals, dead plants are there, they are just decaying, they are just decaying it. For example, bacteria, microorganisms are acting on it, and they are just starting decomposing it, right? They are just starting decomposing it and mixing it with the soil, so that that soil is getting nutrients, and that energy is transferred to the producer. In that way it is getting transferred, right? It is not destroyed. So what decomposers are doing? Decomposers are, for example, bacteria, fungi, means microorganisms. They are eaten up on the dead animals, dead plants, and decomposing it, and that is transferred to the soil only. Okay, so if I want to ask you what's the difference between detritivore and decomposers, what you will say? Detritivores eats on the remains of dead plants and animals, means tissues and all, like crabs, earthworms, snails. And what are decomposers? Decomposers are microorganisms like bacteria and fungi, which decay, which breakdowns what? Which breakdowns decaying matter, which breakdowns organic matter which is present on these dead animals, right? Now, you must have heard about scavengers. What are scavengers? Yeah, scavengers are nothing but they are detritivore only. Okay, there is another term rather than scavengers. You are familiar with the term scavenger, but detritivore is a new word for you. So what are detritivore? Detritivore are scavenger only. Scavengers are what? That are trapping the food. They are trapping the dead animals, dead animal remains, and then eating on that. For example, crow, vulture, hiney, right? They are eating on the dead animals. So these are all scavengers. Scavengers are only detritivores, right? Now, why would they be called as environmental recyclers? Do you have ever think that why they are known as recyclers? Yeah, they are known as these recyclers because whatever dead animal or plants they are eating, ultimately they are transferring that nutrient into the soil. That's what I have told. That decaying matter they are eating, but they are transferring it into the soil. That nutrient, that energy is transferred into the soil. That's why they are known as recyclers. Decomposers and detritivores are known as recyclers because whatever nutrients are there, whatever energy is there, that is mixed in the soil. Okay, and that's why they are known as nature's recyclers. So while obtain energy for their needs, decomposers, what they are doing? They are just returning molecules back to the environment, which is then again taken up by the another organism. Another organism means what? Plant. Yeah, obviously, because plants are growing on soil. So soil are getting plants are getting nutrients from the soil. So that soil is getting nutrients from where? From, yeah, obviously by the decomposers, that is eaten on the dead materials of the animals and plants. Okay, so by this we come to know that what is energy flow? The series of steps in which organism transfer energy from one organism to another organism is called energy flow, and that step of series, or we can say that series of step, is known as food chain. Okay, means sunlight is having solar energy that is trapped by producers, then producers are eaten up by primary consumer, then secondary consumer, then tertiary consumer, then scavengers and decomposer. These are all what? These are all actually series of steps of organism, right? This is actually called food chain. Okay, and flow of energy or movement of energy through these organism is known as energy flow. Okay, and this is step by step organism or series of step of organism is known as food chain. This food chain we will discuss in the next video. Okay, so just have a just I am giving you introduction about food chain and food web. So there, whatever transfer of energy is going on from one organism to another organism, from primary level, from producer to primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary consumer, like that. So these levels of feeding is known as feeding level or trophic levels. Okay, so our today's another topic is trophic level. Trophic levels are what? The step in the transfer of energy from organism to organism in feeding relationship is trophic level. Okay, so whatever level you are seeing, primary, first of all producer, then primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary consumer, these are all what? These are all called trophic level. So see, three things we have seen. First, the movement of energy from one organism to another organism, that is energy flow. Okay, this step of, or we can say the series of step of organism in which energy is transferred, that is food chain. Okay, and on the basis of feeding level, whatever labels are there, like producer, primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary consumer, these are all known as trophic levels. Got it? So this is all about food chain. And what is food web? When most of the organism on the trophic level is feeds on by the different type of species, that is known as food web. That also we will discuss in the next video. Okay, so today what we have studied, that chemical energy of food, whatever food is having chemical energy, what is the main source of that? The main source of energy is sunlight. Okay, and whatever energy we are getting from sunlight, that is transfer from one organism to another organism. In that way we will come to know there are two different laws of thermodynamics that is followed by energy flow. What is that? First law of thermodynamics and second law of thermodynamics. What does first law of thermodynamics state? It states that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It is only transfer from one form of energy to another form of energy. Okay, and what does second law of thermodynamics state? It states that energy is transferred more and it is wasted also. Means whenever it is transferring from plant to primary consumer to secondary consumer, then to tertiary consumer, then to scavenger, decomposer, there is a transfer of energy, but along with that there is a loss of energy also. There is a waste of energy also. Got it? So that is all about energy and law of thermodynamics. Okay, now we have seen that energy is continuously transferred or movement of energy from one organism to another organism, that is known as energy flow. Okay, and what we have seen, there is a energy flow takes place via food chain and food web. Okay, first it is going to the producers, that is through the process of photosynthesis they are manufacturing their own food, that's why they are known as autotrophs. Then that producer is eaten up by herbivores, that means primary consumer that eats on plant. Then that herbivores are eaten up by the secondary consumer, that is eating on meats, animals, they are carnivores. Okay, then that carnivores are eaten up by the tertiary consumers, there for example eagle, vulture, hawks and all, hiney, right? And then we have seen that these whatever we are saying producers, primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary consumer, what are they? They are trophic level. Producers, that is plant, is known as first trophic level. Herbivores, that is primary consumers, are known as second trophic level. Carnivores, that is secondary consumers, are known as third trophic level, and tertiary consumers are known as last level of trophic level. Okay, and lastly I have just told you that energy, while transferring of energy, while movement of energy, there is a loss of energy also. So that is coming under the 10% law of energy, which states that when the energy is passed on from one trophic level to the another trophic level, only 10% of energy is passed on to next trophic level. Only 10% of energy is passed on to the next trophic level. That is what 10% law of energy flow is state. Okay, so that's all we have done today. So this is just basic concept of this chapter. In these terms we have to use. Okay, so just go through this topic and we will discuss all of these in detail in the next video. Okay, I hope you have understood. Thank you.